Alright. I just need to set this title to be reasonable. Then we can add... I guess we should just add like a tiny thing in the corner. Like this. Yeah, I think that's good. So, yeah. Checking on this. Yeah, that will do. AI! Today I have been doing a number of streams about AI, and in specific ChatGPT. But I think AI should be considered wider and for more use cases than just full record battle simulator and for chess. So this time we'll look into something that is quite popular for this, and that's story writing. We're going to write stories with AI and ourselves. But it's not plain writing stories with AI, we are competing. We are going to prove that I am better than NovelAI is at writing stories. We are going to prove that even AI would prefer my stories compared to the other AI. And how are we going to do this? We are going to be using ChatGPT. First of all, ChatGPT is going to give us a prompt. So we'll use ChatGPT to tell us, okay, this is like the start of the story. So this is how it starts. And then I'll go first always, so I don't know what the AI writes, since it's not ever of my writing. And I'll just write like, we'll go about 1200 characters, so that's the sort of range we are aiming for here. Approximately 1200 characters, so it's about like 180, 200, whatever words. And then we're done. And then we feed those into ChatGPT. We ask ChatGPT to tell us, or like grade that text I wrote. Like, okay, how good is this? Then we get NovelAI to write with same like starting bit, its own thing, and then we have ChatGPT grade that similarly. And I hope ChatGPT actually grades stuff, because I've not tried this before, but we'll find out. So let's get right into it. The first prompt, let's give us our first prompt. So, also we're doing best out of 5, so 3 wins is a win. So, please give me a start for a story. Give me like a start. Okay, let's just try this and see what happens. Okay, that's too long. A starting sentence, I think that's good. Like, if I get one sentence. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so this is what they're writing off of. And we can begin. So we use this text editor here. So here's our beginning. So let's write a story. Okay, is there a way to actually see the... I don't think I can actually see the number of spaces in this thing. Let's see. Does this text editor actually show the word count? Okay, no. Let's find a different way of editing this. Do I have a different text editor I could use? Well, damn it. I guess we could go with the command line method. Whoops. Let's get rid of all of this. We don't need any of that. I guess we could use command line, but does it give us the character count? No, it doesn't. Okay, Vim thing. Oh yeah, here we can see like our character. But we still even see only by line. Doesn't work. Okay, so we can't... Oh, wait a second. I think there's a command for, okay, finding the length of a file, so... Let's go like... .google.com/u/ let's say like... I think... Okay, let's make a new one. And let's start writing. Okay, this will give us a word count, so... I guess we use Google Docs. Is there a dark mode? Why is it so bright? Why are you in light mode? You should not be in fucking light mode. No. I don't know how to set this to dark mode, so we'll... So, fuck this. Okay, let's just... I hate doing this, but I install a writing app because... Oh, I have it installed. That helps. I don't care about any of that. Okay, here we go. This will give us a word count, like characters. So that's 80 characters on its own. My limit is not exact; it's just more approximate. So then let's move this to 2. We don't need this anymore. Here we go. Yep, that's good. So as she stepped on the train, she her life would never be the same. So we're stuck with those sentences. Let's see. So one more sentence added. So for now I have, as soon as she stepped off the train, she and her life would never be the same. The ground was covered in snow and icicles were hanging from the edges of the ceiling above her. She felt snow getting, maybe like sleep. She felt snow slip into her boots and was struck with a sense of... that's not good. Sense of... With... Feel that she had... No, that is not good either. I guess I was struck with... A sense of cold as never before. I think that's good. She felt snow slip in her boots and was struck with a sense of cold as never before. The weather. You could see it. she could see the snow rain down from above. Outside and outside of the ceiling. To which she could only react with silence. A sight to which she could only react with silence. But time was... She felt like she could stay there forever. But life was not quite so forgiving, for time was of essence as she had to reach her destination. In a hurry, she looked at the sky one more time and one more time and ran off towards the car park where her driver was waiting. With no introductions, with no unnecessary exchange of words. She stepped into the car and they drove off. And the driver drove off. They drove off towards the seemingly never-ending streets of her new hometown. And then, how do we continue this? Okay, maybe we should like stop the car ride midway. I think that could be an interesting plot twist, or it's a very basic one, but we don't really have space for much more. So, after a long journey, her new home was in sight. But little did she know that she would not, that she wasn't, that she would never reach it. On the turn, once she was only one block away immediately and um, and she was overwhelmed with excitement for her new life. But little did she know she would never reach it. She heard a loud, a loud, no- a loud noise. The the pain in her e- ears was excruciating. She could hear nothing but like extremely, no, that's not a good adjective for this, but nothing but loud, painful ringing, and and soon she soon realized that the the pain that she never felt, that she felt the same pain forever, that the pain was not limited to her ears, as her as she suffered from it, from unbelievable pain across her entire body. Except for her right arm, which was missing. Which is now missing. In her last moment, she heard loud noise. Pain her excruciating. Okay, let's read this entire thing. As soon as she stepped off the train, she knew her life would never be the same. The grass covered in snow and icicles were hanging from the edge of the ceiling above her. She felt snow slip into her boots and was struck with a sense of cold as never before. She could see the snow rain down from above, outside of the ceiling, a sight to which she could only react with silence. She felt like she could stay there forever, but life was not quite so forgiving, for her time was of essence as she had to reach her destination. In a hurry, she looked at the sky one more time and ran off towards the car park, where her driver was waiting. With no unnecessary exchange of words, she stepped in the car and they drove off towards the seeming never-ending streets of her new hometown. After a long journey, her new home was in sight, and she was overwhelmed with excitement for her new life. But little did she know that she would never reach it. In her last moments, she heard a loud noise. Louder than anything she had heard before. Louder than anything she had heard before. The pain in her ears was excruciating. She could hear nothing but loud, painful ringing, and she soon realized that the pain was no longer. The pain extended far beyond her ears. The pain was excruciating. She could hear nothing but loud, painful ringing, and she soon realized the pain extended far beyond her ears, as she suffered from unbelievable pain across her entire body, and her right arm, which is now missing. What followed was pure, unfiltered silence, unobstructed. Yeah, I think this is good. So let's get ChatGPT to grade this for us. Okay, so please grade this story out of 10. Out of 100. Let's have it go out of 100. And let's give it like proper spacing. Whoop. I think that's correct, right? Yeah. Okay, I don't care about that. I wonder if I can like get it to like pretend to be someone. I don't need to be accurate, I just need you to pretend to be a teacher and oh, come on. Don't fail to me. Us a language. Okay, thank you. It's 80 out of 100, so we got 80 out of 100. Amazing. Then let's get the bot to write it. So, let's see how far this goes. So we have like, I think 4 reach, wait. So we're going about 1200, about 400 per regeneration, so that should be about 3 generations. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Yep. So 3 stories. Okay, so that is fascinating. But as a language teacher, it's broken. Well, it doesn't matter. it has gaps, right? So let's add in gaps again. Yeah, I guess it like has the endings like this. Yeah, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. Oh yeah, this one also. And then, yeah, let's add this. And now it should be good. Yeah, let's see how it grades this one. Ah, I lost the AI. Damn it, it gave me 90. I got 80. Okay, let's do this with the same correct spelling to make this even. So, let's use the same prompt. No, regenerate. Why did it... Well, whatever, we know we got like some amount, and this day I got... Yeah, you love complaining about that. I guess we have to go with this. Yeah, so we need a broken bit there to make it work. No, it's 80, but it doesn't matter, I lost anyway. I don't think there are errors in it, so it's anything major at the very least. Whatever, let's update our grade. So, NovelAI has one lead over me, so this time the AI is beating me. Yeah, so the AI is beating this, which is very fascinating. But let's have it give us a new prompt. Okay, I guess let's have it regrade the other one as well with the same prompt. Just like, I'll give it the win regardless of what this gives it, but I'll just make sure it has the context of this story, like, attached to it. And then let's read the story actually, like... Ahead... Whoop. Yeah, I guess that's like a new line as well. Yeah, so... Let's read this one as well, I think. Yep. Yeah, it's 5. It went a bit lower for both, but it's, yeah, Daya wins. So let's read this one. Access to her here. As soon as she stepped on the train, she knew her life would never be the same. She's in a foreign country, a strange, exotic land full of people and things that had always been hidden from view. An odor like nothing she had ever smelled before filled her lungs. The streets were narrow and crowded with buildings so high they seemed to scrape the sky. People, all kinds of people, filled the sidewalks, hurrying here or there, all speaking a language she couldn't understand. At least it wasn't too hot today. She was grateful for that much. She took a deep breath, inhaling what felt like every smell on the earth at once. Started her home, cooking oil and spices, flowers and wet stone. Others made her think of other places entirely, breaking breads, the damp grasses around the body of water, the sweet tang of fruit. There was something reminded her of the smell of blood, but it didn't exactly feel like hers. Could someone else have died nearby? Nice, it's going bringing death just out of nowhere. I love it. But there's a reason why I like this AI so much, it does this crap. Ahead of her was an enormous palace, in which she now lived. Its white walls gleaming brightly against the sea blue sky. It stretched far up into the air, and if not for the fact that it was built atop a hill, she imagined one could see it from nearly anywhere in the city. But it's no ordinary structure. This is the royal palace of Trestak, the capital of Nolix. Okay, this is where the emperor lived and worked. And I read a note she received by Ol just 2 days ago. This is also the place where she would find her future husband. The thought made her laugh out loud. Nice. So it seems that she went to Nolix, and Trestak is the specific capital. Very fascinating. I guess we make a new story here. And we can empty out our own story here. And let's give it a new story. So let's just ask it to another. Okay, so that's our story start. Okay, I think I'm going to new line straight away. Where they never saw what was coming. As soon as they entered, I think you can bring up like senses, memory, like look, smell, that like the AI mentioned before. I think we can bring that up. So as soon as they entered their new home, a stench hit them. What is this? Asked. What is this? Asked the you know, this is good. Asked the family's father, but none could answer. A stench upon their entrance. A stench, perhaps the strongest that they had ever experienced, filled the room. But none could answer. For regardless of its origins, they all knew that one thing, that there was one thing that had to be done. The only one thing. They could not live here, no matter what. But I could not stay here. They could not stay there, no matter what. And so the family left. And so the family headed straight for their car. For their 20-year-old car, which but the car could not start as its age as it finally faced the consequences of its old age of its age. They tried to search for help, but with no houses, with no households, with nobody around, with no households, any closer than away, they could find no one. As such, they set out. Their mission was clear. Mission soon became clear. For they had to survive. The mother was responsible for gathering supplies. The eldest son was left to investigate the surroundings. The other son was to investigate the surrounding area, and the father was to examine the house for the cause of the horrifying smell. The younger siblings could not be left alone, so they were left. So they were assigned to help the mother in carrying the process in carrying any supplies that she found back to the base, which was the car at this stage. The car. The damaged car. With their duties assigned, the family members' duty is to find each of them their own way to work towards their collective survival. Perfect. So let's read this first. The old house on the hill had always been shrouded by mystery, but when the new family moved in, they quickly realized there was more to it than they ever could have imagined. Upon their entrance, a stench, the strongest they had ever experienced, filled the room. "What is this?" asked the family's father, but none could answer. Regardless of its origins, they all knew one thing. They could not stay there, no matter what. and so the family headed straight for their 20-year-old car. But the car couldn't start, as if it had finally realized its real. Yeah, I think it's good. But the car could not start, as if it had finally realized its age. As if it had suddenly. Its age. They tried to search for help, but with no house any closer than 50 kilometers away, they could find no one. As such, their mission soon became clear, for they had survived. The mother was responsible for gathering supplies, the other son was to investigate the surrounding area, and the father was to examine the house for the cause of the horrifying smell. The younger siblings could not be younger children. I guess siblings is fine. The younger siblings could not be left alone, for they were too young. So they were assigned to help the mother in carrying any supplies that she found back to the base, which was, at this stage, the damaged car. With the family members' duties defined, each of them went their own way to work towards their collective survival. Each of them separated. They separated to head as each began. As each. Those aren't great words. Started their journey to work towards their collective survival. Yeah, I think this is good. We paste this in ChatGPT. Yeah, so we just do this and then. Yeah, I found a way to break this with grammar of all things. Okay, let's see. It allows complaining about grammar. But okay, let's feed this to the AI and let's see what that comes up with. And this time before we grade it, we see what the grade is. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. That was very short, what the hell. Well, whatever. 2, we go with 3 generations. Oh, it's doing... Oh yeah, we set the output length, so we go back. Output length has now been defined officially. So it's 3 generations. Yeah, this is a lot more appropriate now. And 3. And then we can see how good they are. Okay, let's read this. The old house on the hill had always been started a mystery, but when the new family moved in, they quickly realized there was more to it than they could have imagined. When the girl's father sat down with his wife and explained that he had both an old house on a mountain, she immediately told him how stupid he was for getting away with such nonsense. When he showed her the pictures of the property, she couldn't help but be impressed by all its original features. That's a grammar mistake. He told them that it was a lot bigger than they expected, and even though it looked like something out of the Victorian era, they both agreed they would love having their home on the side of a mountain. It was the perfect place to start over, away from everything else. They were so excited about moving into their new home that they decided to celebrate, and went out for dinner at their favorite restaurant, where they drank too much wine and ate far too many calories. As soon as they got home, they started packing up their things and moving furniture in. They wanted everything ready before they came back from vacation 2 days later. As soon as they returned, they discovered an array of strange occurrences going on around their house. But they didn't know what to make of them yet. It seemed every time they tried to go into the basement, someone would knock on the door. When they opened the door, no one was there. The man began to believe his new house was haunted by the ghost of a woman who lived there long ago. He told them that he had heard the story about the haunting when he bought the house, and the previous owner said she would never go down the basement because of it. every time they went to the room and walked towards stairs, the same thing happened. So this made like a ghost story route. Interesting. So let's see what it does with it. So it's the bottom one, and this starts as soon. Yeah, I guess it's very easy to tell. Yeah, and should be fully. Oh, I think, is it going back? No, it's not going back to anything. I don't know why it's got that from. So then, let's go here. Let's begin with this. Oh, it doesn't like it. Okay, it's even, so I guess you both get a point, or no one gets a point. Which way do you want to go about? So I think it's quicker if you both get a point. So I'll give both a point. So 1 to 2. Yeah, both got 75, so it is currently 1 to 2. So let's make a new story. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's continue. So but it's nothing unusual for she woke up in this, as she had woke up this way each and every morning. Usual as each and every morning she woke up in this in this style, in the same dull way, day after day. She would feel the same. Would feel the same. The same feelings all over again. And each and every time she was left to wonder if her life would ever change. It was like she lived in a world of a black and white movie with only 2 dimensions and no color. I guess we can connect this. But no color to bring joy to her life. Her hopelessness grew greater and greater as her life went on. But it was not yet the end for everything. And as everything but little did she know that everything would soon that soon as soon everything would but soon everything would be different. Yeah, we should add in the extra space again, saves us time. One day, she met. One afternoon, on Friday the 13th of April, she woke up and as always. She followed her usual the same schedule as always. In the afternoon, she went shopping for her usual boring groceries. Drowned by her anguish, she could no longer manage this mundane task, and the hopelessness that had been haunting her now became her very being. But help was in sight. Yeah, we don't save. Someone noticed. A man by the name of walked up to her and said, four simple words. Which were enough to change. Which were enough to give her what she needed. What she most needed. Everything will change. No, everything will be different. She he was in that instant. She knew that he was her salvation. Okay, so time to read. She woke up to the sound of the rain tapping against her window and knew it was going to be a long day. But it's nothing unusual, as each and every morning she woke up in the same dull way. Day after day she would feel the same feeling all over again, and each and every time she was left to wonder if her life would ever change. It was like she lived in a world of a black and white movie, with only two dimensions, no color to bring joy into her life. Her hopelessness grew greater and greater as her life went on, but little did she know that soon everything would be different. On Friday the 13th of April, she followed the same schedule as always. In the afternoon, she went shopping for her usual boring groceries. Drawn by her anguish, she could no longer manage this mundane task, and the hopelessness that had been haunting her now became her very being. But help was in sight. Someone noticed. A man by the name of John walked up to her and said 4 simple words, which gave her what she most needed. Everything will be different. In that instant, she knew that he was her salvation. She didn't know who he was, why he would save her, or how he would even begin to do so. But this was it. But she knew one thing. This was it. He would save her. He will save her. No, he would save her. He would be the one to save her. Okay, let's see how this reads. Whoop. Let's see if we can get a good grade this time. New story as well here. Whoop. And now we can see what's happening here. Oh, we got more than 75, we got 78. The whole point here is to like make it mysterious why John like exists. Like the whole point is we don't know anything. That's the whole like effect. Of course it's a bot, it doesn't realize that, but in reality, providing context to this phrase would probably make it worse. But fair enough, we got 78. So now let's give it to the NovelAI and let's see what happens. That's one generation. That's 2. Interesting. Let's really focus on like today. So she woke up to sound of rain tapping against her window and knew it was going to be a long day. She rolled over in bed for a few minutes before she got out of bed, wrapped herself in a robe, and went downstairs. It was not that she was halfway down that she realized how quiet the house was without him here. The silence made her miss him more than ever, and the silence made the already annoying rain seem all the worse. She made some coffee and sat at the kitchen table, staring off into space as she sipped her first cup. She'd been thinking about him constantly since he left, but now it's starting to get weird. It really shows something else they might have done together. She felt like sobbing. She didn't know what it meant that she was so much more upset about his absence than she had been when he actually died. It was kind of pathetic, even if it was true. First, was something to think about other things, but she had breakfast and drank another cup of coffee. After she finished eating, she decided to go shopping for groceries. She couldn't stand the idea of staying inside all day. Not when it's raining anyway. She put up her jeans and a black turtleneck sweater to keep warm, then pulled her hair into a ponytail. She put on a brown leather jacket and grabbed her keys. The neighborhood looked pretty gloomy as she drove along. The sun hadn't come out yet, but there were hardly any clouds in the sky. It was a handbag of gray ones. Yeah, that makes sense. No clouds, but an endless bag of clouds. Makes sense. Rainbow strip hit her windshield and splattered on the ground with every step of hers, making everything wet and miserable. She was glad it wasn't snowing though. Okay, let's give it some AI attention. Bam. And bam. Let's see, I shouldn't be too many H's for paragraphs. Yep. Then we do this. Yeah, I don't know why this like grammar error like allows it to do this, but that's good. What? 85? Okay, I guess the AI wins. I guess the AI wins beats me. It's 3 now, so AI wins competition. So congrats to NovelAI. You have beaten me. According to ChatGPT anyway. Probably actually have, except for the logical inconsistencies, but ChatGPT likes your work. You have clearly earned the title of being better than human, as opposed to GPT itself, which are judge. So congratulations, and with that, we have concluded that NovelAI is a better writer than I am, and we can end this here. See you next time.